Hey, everybody. Melissa and Melissa coming to you again today. I am excited for this little episode because I'm going to get really vulnerable with you guys about skincare. It's something I have done terribly with. Um, just because I'm like, yeah, whatever, I didn't know what to use and I didn't want to use anything toxic, so I didn't use anything. And I am really going to lean into Melissa and her wisdom. Skincare, like she says, is her jam, something she's amazing with. And I want to be vulnerable today with you guys because it's not just me, it's every other gal that is, in her 40s. And we're starting to notice changes in our skin and how, we look. And even though it's not the fact that we don't want to get old, that happens for everybody. And I think it is a blessing when we are able to, because the option is not real great when we don't get old. Um, but really being able to age gracefully and with confidence and caring for ourselves in the best way possible. Yeah.
I love that, Melissa. And you're so right. So I know you guys have heard about all sorts of weird things about me. But I will share a little bit of my skincare journey. So I guess for reference point, I'm going to be 42 in July. And um, I, many of you know that I'm with the brand Arbonne. I always share though that I was a client of theirs for about almost 7 years before I joined the brand as a consultant. And it was their skincare that really like sold me first. And quite frankly, at that point, that was really our primary focus. And we've evolved a lot since I've been in the brand. But so historically, if you guys had seen pictures, which I wish I had some good before ones, but honestly, we didn't live in the age of these little mini computers that we all walk around with now. And we had like crappy flip phones. I certainly was not taking a lot of photographic evidence of what was going on in my face. But basically, I had really bad cystic acne. I was then covering that with, I used to be a MAC cosmetics lover. I am not any longer, and I will explain why. But they had this horrific foundation that was basically like paint spackle. So I would like put that on my face to try to cover. And when I tell you guys, like thick, okay, like disgusting. So of course that's like my skin's not breathing. There's lots of mineral oil and all sorts of other junk in there, and a bunch of weird animal byproducts, right? And then I was just buying anything under the sun. So I'll be transparent about brands just because I feel like it's helpful. And I'm not like crapping on these brands, you guys, but they're not clean brands. So I tried Proactive because, that was all the rage. And, it genuinely has a form of bleach in it. So what it was doing was bleaching my skin. And then because I would wash my face with a face cloth and put that in my hamper, it was bleaching like a lot of my clothing. So like hundreds of dollars worth of clothing. I remember calling the company because I was, young at that time. I was probably like, I don't know, 23. So I was living at home, and my mom was the one that kind of pieced it together that it was like the peroxide in the product was bleaching my clothes because it was like ruining her towels. Of course, I called them. They're like, this never happened before. Yeah, sure. Then, I tried Clinique. Clinique is not a clean brand. People love to try to convince me that it is. It's not, and they don't claim to be. But they've got this very simplified packaging, which I think makes people, the branding is very smart. Then you've got like Cetaphil, which is garbage. It's got like seven, actually, I think it's technically 8 different parabens inside of Cetaphil. So it's basically like Tide laundry detergent for your face, but dermatologists recommend it for some unknown reason, along with what's the other crap they recommend? It's like some lotion that they have everybody put on their cells.
CeraVe or something.
Yeah, like so then you got that. So, I had no idea about parabens and fillers and mineral oil and all this stuff. And what people also need to realize about mineral oil and why I'm kind of going after it as an ingredient is the actual leach the moisture out of your skin.
Hmm.
So one of the biggest differentiators between Arbonne's products and a lot of others, there are other brands now not using mineral oil, but certainly, you think 43 years ago, that was one of Arbonne's kind of like core values. Mineral oil will leach the moisture out of your skin. So if you go to, CVS, get this big thing of Jergens, you're constantly reapplying because the mineral oil is actually pulling the moisture out of your skin, So no wonder you need to keep reapplying, right?
Hmm.
So, like I actually have one of our little body butters on my desk, and this doesn't look like a very big container, right? But this has lasted me. Now, granted, I use this for maybe just hands and arms when I'm sitting here, but this container has been on my desk for about a year and a half. And there's still a little bit left in here. And I use this every day while I'm kind of sitting here. So, but you don't have to keep reapplying is why your stuff lasts so long, right? So you really want to be avoiding parabens. You want to be avoiding phthalates. Those are all endocrine disruptors. I have a gal in my organization who does cancer research. I remember I went up to her lab up in Boston a while back, and she showed me a cancer cell. They're very creepy looking because they're all spiky, but she was also showing me how parabens actually get isolated inside of cancerous cells. Our bodies can't break them down. So you really want to make sure those are not existing in your products. So when I met Arbonne, one of the moms of the studio had given me some samples, and I tried them because at that point I would have tried anything. And I started to notice an immediate difference in my skin. I would literally say within a day or two. And I think because the botanicals in the products were actually starting to heal my face, right? And then as I got about a week in, I lived with one of my gay friends at the time, and I literally wouldn't come out of my room without a full face of makeup on because my skin was that bad. But I remember I came out of my room and he was like shocked at how my face was looking. And he was like,
Right.
whatever that is, you need to buy all of it. And I laugh saying that now, but I agreed with him because I was like, you're right, So we have since changed lines and evolved, Arbonne, because we're in the network marketing realm, we constantly reformulate because there's always new technology, but it's nice because I don't carry stock. So Melissa knows she's ordered from us before. Products go right to you, so you get fresh products. But the beauty of that is it allows us to continually recreate ourselves. And what I always share about us is that we're the best of nature with the safest of science. So you're getting the clinical results you want, because just like Melissa said, nobody wants to age and look older. You want to age gracefully. But we also want to do the best we can with our skin, right? And so we have several lines, and I'm going to kind of go through a couple with you all today. And I know Melissa is looking for okay, what makes sense for me? And what is beautiful about Arbonne, you guys, is a couple things, is that your products last a really long time. So your skincare should last you at least 6 to 8 months. So teeny bit goes a long way. We are considered an ultra premium brand because of the formulating standards. And I know I've touched on in the past, but for the audience, we ban 2,000 chemicals we won't use. So that's really important to know. If you see, we don't use any artificial dyes or fragrance. So if you see fragrance on the back of your bottle, I can always dig deeper and be like, what is that? Typically it's rose oil or, some sort of plant extract, but because we may be getting that from an outside source and they might have patented whatever that particular formula is, it's listed separately. So if you see that stuff on there, it just is typically a mixture of essential oils because we don't add any sort of weird synthetic things. And what's nice too is we don't mandate any sort of auto ship because things last so long. And Melissa knows because she's gotten some makeup before from us. And so you really just shop as you need to. And I love that because it really gives folks a lot of freedom. So, but I was very fortunate. I say that kind of ironically, right? Because my skin was such a mess. I was never afforded the chance to not use anything on my face. And so what happened was once I started using Arbonne and saw that difference, obviously I kept using it. And then what I can clearly speak to is our last 2 reformulations that we've had of anti-aging. I have seen a notable difference every time I've switched to those new lines. And I was nervous to switch, as you can imagine, because of my skin being such a mess. I'm like, oh gosh, what if something happens? But was pleasantly surprised, which I have to say is always the case with any of our reformulations. But old habit, right? And so, but I'm going to kind of go through a couple things. So Melissa has given me the ability to screen share, so I'm going to do that. So right now we're just kind of on the general site. So if you guys go to my site, which we're going to give you the link to, and I just went right to skincare sets, and you will see that we've got a nice little banner going. We've got some free gifts going on this week. Arbonne's always throwing in free goodies, which is another thing I love about our company. And this is all pretty new. Our new CEO who just joined us a couple years ago. He's like all about big bang for your buck. So who doesn't like free stuff, right? So what we're going to look at first is the derm results. So Melissa is a preferred client. She signed up as one a few months ago. So if you guys see PC, that's what that means. So this line has really been what I've been sharing with folks because it's our newest. So derm results launched last year. And what is pretty cool about it is vitamin C is very hydrating, right? Which Melissa knows through all her research. So, but what's cool is we patented how we stabilize our vitamin C so that it's as effective and potent every time you use your product. So the way we encapsulated it is really what makes it different than other vitamin C products and even our past formulas with vitamin C. So
Okay.
this is nice because it's a 3-step process, which feels less overwhelming to folks. I am going to show you guys another.
I'm just like,
a little longer.
If I
It's
have
funny.
to do something.
I know. And that's where a lot of folks come to me like, I got to start.
Yeah.
So this one's nice because you're going to get a lot of results with just these 3 steps to start. And actually, I was featuring this in a live presentation on Saturday, and all the women were like, my skin feels incredible. And that's what I love is our products really just do their job pretty immediately. But I will say clinically, so 100% of participants saw a difference in 30 days. And I will say that typically folks start to see a difference anywhere from 2 days to 2 weeks. So this set is nice because it's got your smoothing glow cleanser. So what's going to happen is you wash your face morning and night. So in the morning, we're doing it to protect. At night, we're doing it because we're repairing, because at night is when most of our aging is happening. So, and even when folks are like, well, I don't really wear makeup, whatever, we're walking around in all this junk all day, right? As much as we'd love to pretend we're not. So what that's going to do is just remove any makeup that you have on, but also it's going to remove any toxins that you've been exposed to. So that's your first step. And then the second step in this line is our illuminating skin therapy concentrate. So this product, it looks almost like an oil. It's not, but when you put it on, like it immediately just soaks into your skin. And this is a very high dosage of that vitamin C. So it's going to hydrate. It's really going to give you like that glow, hence why it's called the illuminating concentrate. And then it's going to help with any age spots or discolorations, because these are things that happen, right, as we're getting older. And it's interesting. I didn't even realize, but I had some right here just because, like sometimes I'm outside gardening, whatever. And when we launched this, I started using it. And like all of a sudden one day I realized that the spots were gone. So it wasn't something I was super paying attention to, but I definitely have clients who that's concerned for. So that'll help there. And then the glow cream, and I have a funny story about this cream because, so last year we had our conference, I'm sitting in the stands, we're at like the MGM Grand in Vegas, and I'm noticing everyone on stage is glowing. So I'm like, wow, who did the makeup this year? Like, I'm really I'm very impressed with whoever the makeup artist is. I'm like, wow, guys, everyone looks phenomenal. Well, I didn't realize they launched this cream because they hadn't told us yet, but anyone who was speaking at the conference got the cream early to start using. So it was genuinely this moisturizer that was making a massive difference. So everyone's coming out looking amazing. And it was this glow cream. So, and then this set's nice. It comes with the little cosmetics bag. So this is great because it's good for all skin types. It does note the dark spots here and then healthy aging. So, like I said, it's nice because you've got the 3 steps. You're cleansing, treat, moisturize, boom, you're done. So, and then, all the little stuff. The nice thing with our site is it lists clinical findings. So you can find all this good stuff on our site too, which is sometimes fun to poke around with. And so this set is probably where I would kind of suggest to start you with, Melissa, but okay. I'm going to, for our audience benefit as well as yours, I'm going to kind of pop back over here too. So you guys will see. So that set with the preferred client pricing is $193.60. You get free shipping. You get a free full-size gift. And you actually get another little free treat from Arbonne, which they've been doing, which has been real nice. And then, like I said, it's going to last you about 6 to 8 months. So if you do the math, then it's probably not more than you're spending at Target or wherever you're poking around buying stuff, but you're not going to have to keep buying things,
Right.
This line too is nice, the Age Well set. So this was the set that came out before we launched Derm Results. So I will say, if I had to pick at this point, Derm's probably got my vote. But when Age Well launched, I was like, all right, let's see what you're made of. And myself and then my best friend also were like, she texted me and was like, what is in this stuff? It's magic. And I saved the text because I was like, that's like the best text I've ever gotten, right? So um, so the active ingredient in this line is a plant called bakuchiol. So bakuchiol does what retinol does, but without the chemicals and the irritation that retinol can certainly bring about. So this line has a cleanser in it also. Then you've got your serum. So all of our products are vegan. So it notes on here that it's got, vegan surfactants in that cleanser. So what that means is it's going to remove makeup as well as dirt and oil. The serum in this line has the higher potency of that bakuchiol. So that again is kind of the star of this line. And then you've got your moisturizing cream. So this is similar to the layout of the Derm Results. It's just this line. So, and they're both great. I can't sit here and say like, oh, I love one over the other. I do think Derm Results, since I've really been transitioning myself over to that line, I do see a difference. This little illuminating therapy in the middle, I think, is really the magic that puts this line over the edge. But they're both really solid places to start. This line is a little less expensive, mostly because the serum in this line is a little less pricey. So it really is about where folks want to start. And then I will just share over here, this is not necessarily going to give you the anti-aging bang that, especially once we're over 40, right? So this is a line if I have 25-year-olds, even some of my little dancers who are little and they're just starting to like wash their face and the moms are like, I just need a gentle cleanser. I usually gear them towards this line because it's very gentle. It is hydrating, but it's very aloe based, which is great, right? But it's a very simplistic line. So it definitely gets the job done, but it's not gonna give you that wow effect of like, dealing with the fine lines and wrinkles that I know once we get to a certain point, we're all looking at, right? So yeah, I'll stop talking for Melissa because I could talk forever about skincare, as you can see. So ask me questions, my friend.
So what would be your recommendation for someone who, like, yes, needs to start, but literally I have not used anything on my face. I just do, minimal makeup around my eyes because I'm blonde, so you can't even tell I have eyelashes unless I do something, So what is your recommendation for someone whose skin is very, it hasn't seen any products, and is, a few blackheads here and there that could very well benefit from some, some attention, lines around the eyes, lines around the mouth, smile lines, they're fine. I'd rather they be smile lines than grumpy lines.
Yep.
Crow's feet and little things on the forehead. What would be your recommendation for really, gently supporting the skin if there has been like zero or just about zero product used?
Yeah, I would still go with one of these starter sets because what you'll see is like if you keep poking, it's like we have kind of like these 6-step sets. And, that's obviously if you're like, all right, I'm really going in, right? But I think, one of these two is nice because, again, you only have the 3 pieces, but you're washing. The serum in each line is meant to pay attention to those target areas you were talking about, right? Some crow's feet, forehead, those deeper lines. The cleansing obviously is going to help with the blackheads, those sort of things. And then, what's nice about all of our products too is they're pH correct. So they're correct unto themselves. So they don't necessarily need each other to work, but they are designed to work best with one another, right? And so, but you're also starting to, really cleanse away some of that excess dirt and oil, which again, like I said, it's like, we know just walking around in our world, that's what a lot of this junk comes from. And our skin's constantly shedding itself, you know.
Mhm.
The other thing that I sometimes encourage folks to add in, so say, you know, you said you're going to do the Derm Results 3-step, which again, I think is a great place to start. The other thing I might add in is just a exfoliant to help with just the sloughing off of those dead skin cells. And we have a great little scrub. I got to find it here. This little guy. So this mask has bamboo in it. And so it can, what's nice is it can be a scrub, or you
Mhm.
can also leave it on as a mask for a little bit. This is really going to help remove dead skin cells and pull out some of those deeper blemishes, you know? So, and the nice thing is, so say it would work in this order. You'd cleanse, you'd use this little guy maybe once or twice a week. This would not be an everyday thing. And then what it does is it makes your skin more receptive to the moisturizers and the serum, because now you've removed some of the dead skin, right?
Mhm.
Like when you're prepping wood to stain it, you sand it first, right? This
Yep.
is like a gentle sanding for your face. So like I said, what's nice is you can exfoliate. And then what I usually do is actually leave it on for a few minutes and let it start to kind of pull all that junk out. Then you just wipe it off. And then you can go on with your other steps. So sometimes this is a nice add-on. And I will share this story. She would laugh and let me share it if she was here. So my friend Jess, who's done very well in our company, she's phenomenal, dear friend of mine. I call her my Arbonne bonus mom. So she, beautiful. So last year we're in Vegas, we're at the event, and my mentor, who's in her late 60s or early 70s, she looks wonderful. She's, you know, also very much loves skincare and has been passionate about it for a long time. And she used to like go to Switzerland to get certain skincare, like very committed to it. So we were laughing last year because Jess was kind of like, had never really exfoliated her skin. And Kathy was kind of like, you really need to exfoliate. Like, I can tell. So that was kind of the turning point for Jess to start exfoliating and adding that step into her routine. And absolutely, you can see the difference. Kathy actually points out, because our skincare has peptides in it, has plant peptides, it
Mm.
actually helps make your skin thicker, which is not something we think of that we want to happen. But part of the reason why it starts to wrinkle is because it gets thinner, right?
Mhm.
And so one of the things Kathy had noticed when she was working with her esthetician was that her esthetician was like, your skin is actually getting thicker. And she looks wonderful. She's had no work done. Like, you know, she probably looks like she's maybe 50, which is great considering that she's, like I said, I believe she's actually early 70s. But, and she's just a lovely human. But it's really just been consistency with skincare and taking care of it. And then you guys probably saw, but like we have all these little certifications down here for folks like Melissa and myself who care about, you know, ingredients, right? So on top of all that, you know, these are outside agencies just, you know, making sure the products are really gluten-free, making sure they're vegan. We are certified B Corp, cruelty-free, of course. So all that too. But the other thing is, if people are looking for, if you're looking for a deeper exfoliant, this little guy too, if people want to get real fancy with that, these little Radiance peel pads, they've got caviar lime in them. So it's almost like a little mini peel when you use
Oh,
those.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so these can be nice. My skin can handle them every day. Everybody's different. You know, some of my clients use them every other. You know, these are really like kind of just a hyperdrive exfoliant. But, you know, I think starting out, the bamboo is a great scrub to start with. It's gentle and will certainly get the job done. So I would say, you know, if you did this mask, Melissa, with the either the Derm Results or the Age Well, I think one of those two is probably a good
Okay.
place to start. Little
Awesome.
three-stepper, you know, and then what's cool is down the line, you might say, oh, I want a specific eye cream, I want to add it, you know, but I think What I love about the 3-step systems is people just start using those 3 products, be consistent with them. You're going to see a massive difference in your skin, right? And then, like I said, you might at that point say, oh, you know what? I'm going to add in an eye cream. And, you know, and then you might say, okay, you know what? I want to add in one of the other masks you guys have or whatever. But, you know, and as far as shopping goes, it's very simple, you guys. So I'll just kind of show you what that looks like. So say, you know, you said, okay, I'm going to do this. Melissa already would log into her account because she already has an account set up. But what's nice is once you're in this little cart here, Arbonne prompts you to sign up as a preferred client. Because again, you're not going to have to shop every month, but you do save money that way and you earn free gifts and free shipping. So once you click on that, it'll literally just, and you, like I said, you get a free gift. So what's really nice is it's a whole list of full-size products. Can you see that list, Melissa?
I can.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I love that Zoom fixed that. You used to never see the second window. So these are all full-size products. So folks can choose from here. There's, and actually, I just want to look at what's in here. Yeah, I mean, there's even an eye cream on here that you guys could add in for free. You know, this usually retails at like $65. So if you wanted to really kind of rock and roll, these are fun too. These sheet masks, you kind of look like that guy from the horror movie with the white mask on, but but they're very hydrating. They're really lovely.
Yeah, I love that.
So, you know, so you select your free gift, and then when you go to checkout, it's just going to ask for your information. So the checkout process is really simple, you guys. And like I said, you know, Melissa and I will share my link. And obviously, I'm open to talking to any of you if you guys have questions. Oh, that's it. And they're sending you guys a box of free pineapple fizz with your order too, which is cool. So, they're great. So, yeah. But I think that's a good place to start for sure, Melissa. And I think that would fit most folks' needs. And you know, if people are, you know, if price point is a concern for folks, which I understand, you know, like I said, the Hydrate Me set is nice. You're not going to get the wow factor of like the anti-aging, but it'll certainly start to make a difference. And at least you're taking care of your skin, you know, and like I said, this is, you know, a pretty basic line, but it feels nice. You know, it definitely is a hydrating set for sure, but I can't really speak to in terms of, it's not going to give you the same kind of punch in terms of the anti-aging, but.
Right. So quick question.
Sure.
Can you take them to like your site, what it looks like?
Yeah.
And walk them through, I mean, like help them see what they're going to see exactly when they come onto the site, and then how to like log in, how to create an account, that kind of thing.
So this would be my site. So as you can see, it's got a little picture of me on top here. And then we've got a little flash sale going on. So feel free to poke around in there, you guys. So up here on the banner, you'd go to skincare sets. And then, like I said, you'd add that to the cart. I can see that it's already in the cart. So I'm just going to click on my little cart over here in the corner. And then this is the little spot I was just showing you guys. So then you'd click on here, pick out your free gift, and then you just click checkout and it says, wait, you missed your free gift. So of course we want that. So let's see. I love this hair mask. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very difficult to pick, to be honest, because everything on that list I could have said to you I need to have. So, and then you'll come on here and it's going to just have you fill out your stuff. And so what's nice is you guys set your password. I always ask folks to click this because what it just allows me to do is be able to send you emails about specials, things going on. You know, we will not blow up your inbox, but it will keep you apprised of like sales and specials. And obviously we want to know when those things are happening, your address, all that jazz. Again, you'll just double check that I'm there. You'll click on all this jazz and then you'll proceed to shipping. And again, you guys will get free shipping on this order. So easy peasy. And you can also, yeah, I think if you click that too, that allows me to shop for you. So say you text me and said, hey, Melissa, can you put in my order? I have access to do that. which that way, you know, some of my clients love to do that and just text me and be like, hey, can I order A, B, and C? I'm like, sure, of course. But we've made our site very user friendly now, which is great. I
Nice.
have a gym that's underneath me, and on Saturday we were getting people set up for a 30-day program, and everyone was like, oh, that was really easy. Like I went in to help them set up, and
Right.
everyone was like, oh, I guess I didn't really need you. I'm like, it's fine. But so, but that's a good problem, right? So really simple. And, you
Nice.
know, again, I'm here to help you guys if you have questions, but I think, you know, for anyone who's looking for anti-aging, I would say for sure, if you can, go for derm results, because it's a really beautiful line and it's going to give you great results. And teeny bit goes a long way, you guys, like teeny bit. So I'd say like the size of a pea for your cleanser. And same thing with the serum. You know, you're gonna find your skin just absorbs it really nice. And I know oftentimes, like I used to go be really heavy handed, and then I'd be like, oh, I don't really need that much. So
Right.
good problem to have. And I love that people get all this free stuff now. That makes me really happy, you know. So
I like that. Yeah.
nice little bonus for folks.
Thank you. Thanks
Of
for going through
course.
this
Yeah,
because
of course.
if folks are like me, I'm just like, I don't know, and I don't really make the time to do the research and just really lean into whatever and try different things and whatever. I just really have trouble allocating time for that because
Yeah,
it's something in my world that's like this small.
yeah,
And so I know it needs to become more of a um something that's important that I need to lean into and really work on. So I've known you forever and I trust your judgment because you're even more careful with what you do in your world and food and how careful you are with how you care for your body, maybe than I am. So I'm like, I feel like I can really lean in and go, okay, help me understand what I need to do here and be able to trust what you suggest because this is your world, it's not mine. And I'm just like, okay, I need to cross over into this new space for myself. And thank you for joining me and kind of guiding me on this and guiding all of us that are attending this little chat today because I don't know what the heck I'm doing with skincare, but thank you for being just really not just explaining it, but like, okay, this is what you need to do. And it's really simple.
yeah. And well, and you know, I know before we hopped on, I had said, you know, skincare is a real simple piece of self-care, right? And so, and I think so often, and ladies like hear me, right? Like, how many people are you taking care of in your life? And, you know, I'll meet women and they're like, well, I don't really do anything for my skin.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately, if it's not showing yet, it's going to show. And,
Right
you
here.
know, there, yeah. And it's like
Care of
all of
the
a sudden
whole
you wake up
world
one
but
day
me.
and you're like, what is happening? Right. And
Yep.
so, but we can reverse those signs of aging for real, you know, and that's what I really love about our products is they really do work and reverse those signs of aging and give you that healthy glow, you know. I mean, I think that's probably one of the biggest commentaries I get on my skin all the time is like your skin really glows.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying that to be boastful, I'm saying it because, you know, I look at myself every day, so I don't think of it, but it's whenever I'm talking about our skincare and people say that, I'm like, that's why it's these products, you know. And Melissa knows I'm hyper aware of everything I
Yep.
use, certainly
Yep.
ingest and all that jazz. But you know, and I stand by everything that we do because again, like it's been made the biggest change for me. And you know, my running joke back when I started Arbonne, when I had like no money, was like I wasn't gonna be, you know, broke and ugly. So I still made sure I bought my Arbonne skincare because I knew it worked and it gave me some confidence, you know. And you will be surprised, you guys, if you start taking care of your skin, how different you feel. Because I know I have a teeny bit of makeup on today, but what normally I'm barefaced, which you guys have seen me on here pretty much every week with no makeup on. But I would have never done that years ago because my skin was so bad. And I remember the day I really realized, like, holy crap, I'm leaving the house, no makeup on, and I really don't care, and I feel good. I was like, wow, like what a gift, right? Um, and so, you know, definitely don't underestimate that. I mean, and listen, there's all this crazy stuff going on out there, and you can inject this and put that. just take care of your skin and you won't need to do all that jazz, you know. And again, it's not about looking 20 when you're 50, but it's about how do I age with an element of grace, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say that often, like about the gray. You guys can see the gray in my hair. I'm like, I earned those. I don't want
Yeah.
to be completely gray, but I earned those.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Right. Well, that's the thing, you know, and I have a friend and she really just like owns, you know,
Yeah.
her lines and not, it's all good, you know, like it's again, it's about what do you feel comfortable with? And
Yeah.
but I think no one really wants to wake up one day and be like, oh, and that shouldn't really be what the alternative is, right? It's like, okay, like how can I just take care of my skin in a healthy way and you know, promote proper cell turnover. Um, you know, and our skin is, you know, our largest organ, right? And
Oh,
so
yeah. Huge.
matters so much what we're putting on it, as much as
Yeah.
all the things we're putting inside ourselves. You know, and I always tell folks, you know, start with the skincare and then move on to some of our makeup because then you don't want to be putting really lousy makeup on top of your clean skincare, you know, but you
Yeah.
can do it in pieces. And because the skincare lasts so long, you know, maybe 2, 3 months, you're like, you know what, I want to try the tinted moisturizer or whatever, you know, but
Yeah.
keep it really simple, um, and just, you know, keep kind of how do you keep, you know, your skin feeling and looking better. But I think my big thing is it's a little piece that you can do for you,
Mhm.
um,
Yeah.
every little day, right?
Love that. Love that. Well, thank you
But
for
yeah,
sharing
so
your wisdom.
of course. And yeah, Melissa will give you guys my site.
Yep.
And you know, like I said, if anyone has questions, please reach out and you know, I'm happy to help point you in the right direction.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. And I'll be putting an order in because I need
Thanks,
to
Melissa.
really get this going. This is, I've
Well, and you know
hummed
what? Take
God
a
over
day
this
one
too long.
photo and then take some progress photos. You'll be surprised when you put them side by side.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool when people do that. Um, yeah, it's pretty powerful. Especially, like I said, that 2 week mark is where you'll really see that maximum difference. And then you're going to be like, wow. But I mean, I had a facial a couple weeks ago. The girl was like, your skin is amazing. I was like, thank you. Like, she's like, I'm not even going to try to sell you anything. I'm like, great. Like, please don't, because I don't want any of your stuff. But, um, you know, and
Yeah.
there are other clean brands out there now. I do realize that, but I don't think anyone really has the same science behind them that we do, you know. Um, and I'm proud of that, you know. So,
Well, you should be.
yeah. You
Don't
know,
apologize for that, girl.
that European heritage of ours, I feel like really serves us in this category, especially, you know.
Yeah. I love it.
All right, my friend. And you let me know if you have any questions when you're going through your stuff. Okay.
Okay. I will.
All
Thanks.
right. Thank you, my
Thanks,
friend.
everyone. Take care.
Bye.